All right, welcome to my home tour. It just started raining again. So this is what you see when you first walk into the house. So you have your staircase, the rest of the room. This is the part where it'll hold that huge Christmas tree that I can't wait to buy. Goes all the way up to the stained glass. This is where the trolls live. This is the formal living room. And so you have the fireplace here, the original mantle. Not exactly sure what kind of stone it is, but looks like some sort of granite. Then you have the original 10-foot tall pocket doors. And this takes you into the living room, where you have a sealed fireplace. And then you have Miss Nibbles over here. And then Miss Nibbles' other cage. And then I have a 2-car garage right there. This house has 2 sunrooms, but for whatever reason, this one was converted into a bathroom, a big bathroom. So you have a shower, a closet, and then your sink. At some point, that's probably going to be converted back into a sunroom. Then you have more pocket doors. This house is all doors, especially once we get upstairs. This goes to the dining room. The dining room table is 10 feet long, accommodates 10 chairs. I only have 8 right now. Beautiful chandelier. House is also still dirty. Every time I turn around, there's another place with dust on it. It needs painted. There's still some more to do, but I've done a lot already, so with time. This is where it gets kind of interesting. So this is another bathroom off the dining room. It's got an exterior door. It's got a small crack in it. You go in. You have another huge radiator here. No longer in use, just for decoration. Then you have this little tiny sink, which I absolutely love. Love the little sink. But then you have this little door right here. Just a random little door. It's the door of secrets. Then you have another huge room inside of the bathroom. And then this is a secret door. Don't ever know what this will be used for, but most likely as storage. As this house has no closets. There's a few closets upstairs, but they are tiny. This is a swinging door, and then you have your pantry. It's not really big enough to be a breakfast nook, so I just call it the pantry. Then my least favorite room, it's the least updated. You have the kitchen. So some of the kitchen's been updated, some of it hasn't. It does have this old farm-style sink in it, which I do like. That's been redone. The whole house, except for the refrigerator and the washing machine, runs off of gas, which means I do have a gas bill, but that means the electric bill is practically non-existent, except for the lights. This is another sunroom, the only actual sunroom left in the house. I haven't cleaned this room yet. It's got a bunch of stuff in here from where I'm moving. I've already got some plants growing here because you know I like my plants. And that's pretty much it for the sunroom. And then you have the back porch where the washer and stuff is, off the kitchen. So this room's pretty large. Then you have this room, which there used to be a door here, just another tiny little thing. That's why I love houses like this, because there's little rooms everywhere and you don't really have anything to do with them. But, so, I'm always noticing new things every time I walk through. So, back to that little tiny door that I told you where the trolls lived under the staircase. Traditionally, that's where your basement stairs would be to go to the basement. That's not. Interestingly, this house has a safe built into it. And the safe is behind that door. Now, you can't use the safe anymore. It's been drilled out and nobody knows the combination to it because it's probably been there since the house was built. So your basement is actually right here. And it's got little teeny tiny little steps, steep, that go all the way down. So the basement's pretty spacious, had a brand new gas and AC unit installed. Brand new gas hot water heater behind you. This was some sort of workshop at the time. Now this is all of my Christmas decorations until, you know, everything finally officially gets moved in. Been working on this house since December, so, and then I left the country for like 2 weeks, and then the house sat for a month, and it was just crazy. This is my couch that came with the house. I want to have it reupholstered to put in my formal living room. It's just beautiful. I love it. It would clean up well with new upholstery. Looks like some mice have been living in it, but I still love it. Both of these are doors, so there's actually another room that way, and it runs behind these walls, and it's probably, I don't know, probably 10 feet wide, and you access it through there, and it just runs. It's interesting. And then this has to be replaced, but there's another room behind here that goes to another wing of the basement. It does have a sump pump, but as you can see, we've had all this rain and it's been very wet. This is the only moisture in the whole basement. The rest of it's bone dry. This is the base for that huge chimney that comes out of the roof of the house. This is the scariest room in the entire house. So I guess it's a cellar maybe, but anyway. I love it. I had to keep this. It's very old, but it's a switch and I love it. When the door closes, it pushes this, disconnects the light. Door opens, light turns on. So you come in here and it's just a really dark, creepy area, and then you have the bottom of another chimney. And then the main plumbing for the house. As you can see, it has new plumbing. And something else interesting, and we didn't actually discover this until about, I don't know, 45 minutes until I was actually closing on the house. But there's a shower here, and you could tell that there was a sink here at some point. I just find that very interesting because houses that had workshops tend to have showers, and we never knew it was here, but just little things. That's the door that goes to the outside. Thankfully, it does have an outdoor door, so if you ever wanted to put a refrigerator or something down here, you could do that very easily. And the heat pump is out there. So now we'll go upstairs to the second floor. This is my $100 bill rug. I bought this to put here specifically. So every morning when I'm going to work, this is my motivation. So you have this huge staircase. The pedestal at the bottom is almost as tall as I am. And you go up. Have a beautiful window there. Go down the hall. And so this is a bedroom. Within 3 hours of owning the house, I tore all the carpet up, so it's a bit wrinkly, but anyway. So this is the first bedroom. The house, every room has these iron brass colored radiators in it, and they're heavy as hell. I don't know how they ever got them up here. Then you have a little tiny closet in each bedroom, just a little teeny one. Now this, I originally thought this was a laundry chute because it's believed that this was used not as a hotel, but as a place for people to stay the night when they were traveling on the trains, but it is not. So like you see in the movies where they have like a lever that they pull to cut the power to the whole house, that's what this used to be. So behind this door, obviously it's new electric, so none of this works anymore, but there was a lever there, and that's what that was for. And then at some point they upgraded it to a fuse panel, and then now it has a breaker box in the basement. This is the upstairs bathroom. It has the original clawfoot tub to the house. It's a huge bathroom. At some point it'll be converted and it'll have a shower and the whole 9 yards. But the tub is here to stay. Also have the cat's litter box in here so it stinks. But this is the upstairs bathroom. So pretty big. You have this beautiful tub. And this can be converted into a shower too with the proper stuff. And then you have this beautiful radiator here. Again, just for decoration. They're no longer functional. And then another random room that I don't know what it will be used for. At some point it was used for a closet. But that's this room, and then we do have your new electric running through it. Now this is interesting because there's everything that has pretty much been in the house since it was built is still here. Like even the doorknobs still have the skeleton keyholes, but this is a water tank. And so this went all the way down to the basement to the boiler back when they used to heat it with coal and water. But anyway, what this was for is you put it in so you didn't have to go all the way to the basement to fill the water up, and you could get water out of it so it stayed hot, so you could twist this and the water would, you could hold something up there and the water would come out of the water tank, so you could have hot water up here if you wanted it to. I messed it up. So when I am in town, because I still live in Lynchburg, I sleep in this room for now. It's not my favorite room, but this is where I sleep. Needs a little updating. The paneling either needs painted or I'll put drywall up. But for the most part, it looks good. And then all doors. And then this is my favorite room in the entire house. It is dated, but it's got carpet. And when you see the carpet, you're gonna be like, oh my God, it's horrible. But anyway, red shag style carpet. So when I do officially move in, this is gonna be my bedroom with the red carpet. Love it. Then you have another room off of this room, which is where my cat currently is. You could probably put like a twin bed in here. I don't want everybody in the world to know where I live. That's why there's no outside videos. This is Delphi. Being a prude. And then this is the staircase because the house is 3 stories or 4 stories at the chimney. This goes to the 3rd floor. We're not going to go on a tour of the 3rd floor because there has to be some things left out for the people that will have the privilege of coming to see my house in person. So that's gonna be it for my home tour. I hope you liked it. It's the first video I've ever done like this, so it's a little awkward, but anyway.